All right. Appreciate for your church will be bia mo hwe free bia Ghana for ne abrochi for bia mo hwe free bia chair bia and then say a positive Africa. Sene no the last Monday of every month. And then Mr. Kwabena Benda ko Asia na yakasi kasem wasem abrabo wasem and then so 23rd of June. Yes, I want to say a very wonderful topic and many of a bear fee. Yeah, about two questions now, money, Mr. Venda, and then as usual, we know that he is going to do justice to the topic. Internet topic, money runs from you because of these mistakes. The baby I'll share if you be any more kwaba. I think so. You better so be share no like it, no comment it. Send a bear a full so beat me a join in. It will be answer.
Right. Yo, Positive Africa, Patrick Fee, Mr. Benda Kong, Kwasi can come. And then a be home. Kwasi, sending the BC no. You say the Mr. Obia me at say, ye D is the same cranny, BBS, the same cranny, see history. And why? And also, I just said history no, but me at TSC pa. It's so good and so nice when we see you talking about it. And probably a friend I catch him say, because of the way, no, I'm also history no, any akoso. Any nearby corn so Joe Nati say on Fanny Agro cry on so ya dear pa. It's an idea, oh my no, for my na a fee not any Mr. Benso any income.
Sharp of a birth medas near Quinian. Yeah, and history no, Senadi Kaka, Bakosani, the free more any Etiana Bakosani, the any slave trade, and also any BB a day Africa for to format. Yeah, share ancient African influence in science, in mathematics, especially. Niayana nan mebang kuntabua or mutimi edito in Pempi no yana nipa brain say BBA complex maths, engineering, architecture, and money no odi bibini kamwa enye before as mama because mama we proud to a meeting, you know. And say na guy be afi na oya aba foforo ti me sure say my boss I catch and say about anything data analytics ni say na eya on be home so we spoke it didn't come we only didn't come we but he needed help about something and then he went to Okonkro for all more team which is fine but Okomo no munyina pointing is say ombra me on a backside area na me na me say you know so but we need nkomo kane na osan ekomo when he needed help no me hu so ba na me fa me bag and me ba fie because oni me di nkomo penina ka cho so hia bibi sa akon ho ana so hia mo bi abranti si then na osan ko ba foforo so we say we tuntum inji wo ni abeka ne nya de osan kwa accent
what would you apply
me woni say di atem ana me fa me bag na me ye den me ba fie so ye pese o say ye nananum ancient Africa nye Egypt nkwa even though example we Egypt there na me dey but over Nigeria no more practice ade be a friend Regisimal system calculating numbers in base 20 ye use near base 10 intina 1 plus 1 2 2 plus 2 year 4 no but say nananum to say Yoruba for ni say no Regisimal system in base 20 1 plus 1 2 1 plus 1 be different thing. It's a complex things in na nanam na de any then you share the Rhind mathematical papyrus. Rhind mathematical papyrus near Kratabia a dim fibe 3,600. Now your tron your friend Amis. Amis no so crano or no tron 3,600 years near but okay said it had existed 200 years before into ye the kikabumo and there's a sad document we know a dear about 4,000 years. By sana Western mathematics and all those kind of things nearby. Paper no Oshimwa is about 18 feet long. Now our problems makuma kube 80 or 88 mathematical problems on kwa senia ibun kunta ebia or a circular face a kwanya befa so a be calculating the area, the circumference, measurement, all those kind of things the na no the entire American one say me per se almost long before these Western people came in Africans had explored so many things when it comes to science, mathematics, and engineering. And until you know how to calculate for the area of a circle. You say a pi r square. Okay, do one na school no. Math. Yeah. Pi r square ni you know and I you say pi no. Which is 22/7. You know, that's a 3.14. A bit what was so yeah, a bit what 3.146. And of a but you beat me the so one of the most profound calculation is animal any probably brain him. Oh, here's our papyrus now make an charity school now. Problem number 50. The Kemet people acquire finding the area of a circular base. The main found question area of a circle, send a be easy for us to understand. Kind craft and market shows a finding the area of a circular base, the be a round the piano. Open share say that space do send a team occupy on that flat surface no. Open calculate here. You multiply 8/9 by the diameter. The diameter near say circle no ninchemu no from ninchemu baako to ninchemu the other no and the diameter uchemu minu and the radius no. And see ocean now say area which is a 8/9 times d. What square results no sana formula here. So you get 64/81 by d square. That is the kinetic formula for finding the area of a circle. We read the problem set now. Now, we breaking it down the by the area of a circle Greek for the by no. Almost say a pi r square. Pi near 22/7. Ubiawa say ni bien pi no 22/7. Now, these two areas we can equate them. Ibitimi akase eyepe. Inti ye ne pen eyepe finding the constant which is pi na ye hwese ne ebe. So we have pi which is d/2 all square. The entire d/2 all square and say pi r square no. The edika so far second and inchemu no. Eba be she muse na na diameter no to chemu a radius. Into 22/7 no times r square no. Say breaking it down, you beat me aka say and also is equal to pi times d/2 all square. So what you say? The d/2 all square is equivalent to r square no. Into ye na say ye multiplication now babenya d square over 4. And only more than pi no. Into ye fa and more than pi I no ababe pi d square over 4. Any kemet for the pi no which is 64/81 d square na. You beat me equity. You beat me aka say omu ye pe. So oshe near twice on equating both. If you come down, you realize I'm trying to make pi and say no engine. Hence, I'll multiply both side by 4. Now I say, baby, a pi over 4 d square and 4 be 4. And now I call the other side now 4 multiply 64. Now you 256. 4 ain't me ain't divide we move directly, so we maintain the 81. Tiaba benya 256/81 times d square. Which is equivalent to pi d square because remember pi baako na ewo onsa nifa no so no 4 na twa 4 no mu. Ti breaking it down na e by percent pi no nko a ejina ho. We are trying to find the pi in the equivalent form of kinetic people no. Ti breaking it down you benya 256/81. We divide there 3.1605. Yeah, they compare an pi which is 22/7 and only a 3.14 a bit what was 28 a bit what was so now finding the difference between the two values now 34 the n a 3.1605 and a calculate here and an a the n 3.143 difference near about 0.02 which means that the difference means they are very close. Percentage wise is less than 0.06%. Next, they were operating at a confidence interval of about 95%. And no, mutim be monuments be bria and they are say over 4,000, 6,000, 10,000 years ago. All these monuments are there, and these things became the foundation of many complex mathematics. The entire American ones and they say, oh shit, before Bako say more thing beyond the account more medi and no more influential. the entertainment for any more creative industry in but yes, Anna, we can't compete. We need to have a lot of people who are mathematically inclined, who are into STEM. No, send your bear mofra airban on sono, or moose anchor for no meeting. I say, we a role model, or more time you know me moving air, but on the front face now, you compete with other people. No, a honor in India grossa or sebi, and I say, Nyanyum 20 as a critical thinking, problem solving abilities. Na sanima we na yena nanu itimi ye about 4,000 years ago and that British Museum amino say. So until unso because only new way complex math, all those kind of things now. If we de free, the basis started from Africa, and not only Northern Africa, but even Western Africa. Send I'm doing Nigeria for the year and registrar system. And to aha team ya so ma enkra wa also show who cry say na nanu timi be complex. It means that if you want to find the next Albert Einstein, the possibility of finding that person in Africa is very, 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 very high. And in Tiamaya Bemumbu, we should keep on learning and don't limit ourselves to just entertainment and comedy and all those kind of things. It's not to say it will be very tough for other people to compete with us because our mind is able to assimilate things quicker and is able to imagine and produce greater things. And we have the history to serve as a proof that our grandfathers and our ancestors did these kind of things.
Wow, crazy. Richard Brave was it, Master? The only pie we know is meat pie. Christine. About for Kojas was so free Russia. Hey, some of what you yo Charlotte so sister on so from say obi a baby a chiam any topic na a topic so a so kokra e be come asem hu hia libre when it comes to finance and money runs from you because of these mistakes and that e be come asem said every ABA no you akwesi kan no yo
yes boss
na secret me join free home you say you nimkra sika kra ne dey it is you can medium of exchange and that medium exchange it me join free home sir
yezo can come that's it as a matter of fact the uncofo ye nyina no they just building but the foundation you am na yeah and it cuts across everywhere whether it's physics, chemistry, mathematics, philosophy, management about for toy.
Of course.
So the biaka home by so because I'm on a chassis chichire omoti. And will be our swan the quite triviano. So we know saying communica high level mathematics for school. We know saying omaka. But omonka until my own to say the brofunqua and I said my bibia. You know, the foundation is so clear. If it were not true, pyramids now a bit Sudan ya no. In soon nearby a mathematical product. So the new complex mathematics. Engineering is based on maths. Into be what produce bibiano. It's likely so more formulas be munima omutimidi. Now say no more timia catches the aliens be grana be because so tyrannical say also pomodia de koshisha baby and azia moko bombo obitiri via moko to bombo yo say moko ku nipa se obi aja pade ngomoni age to transem no doso enti de emma no mmam so na ye no also akagu no kachira musema anya hwe so that was a strategy but if you are there as a matter of formal documents in the brain must say the brain it becomes difficult for many of us to accept say no money be brave. So thank you and these are thousands. The Greek empire so to say it was just about 500 BC, so it means that this is beyond that, and 3,000 4,000 before that these mathematics were even there, very complex ones. Enti no correct nti yesua ebehu yeda ase na pebebre never be kire
Martin legend
na odi ya na se odi ko ka we kire papa na we kire mathematics o kwa me ko university no be ko Okay, just why impact girl. But really, this is it. This is the foundation. So yeah, that was it. I see can offer Adriane was sumo.
Let's take up anything.
Obviously, money is an idea. It's a medium of exchange. Because this guy, Okoyo, you're one day at this guy. Oko, sorry, them nas also for Mesrawa, not just one for second quarter. And then maybe I say a move, so to say. This all PBB, and at least a modern society there, who could test Canada, money can so you're here or the amount. And the on the primary level, it's just a medium of exchange.
Wow. Intina, is that the can is Kelly and Gani? It's kind of
Patama Sisika Watabai. And Sikatu. It's a guy moja. Obiso having when you be because when you bottom when you be, I don't say to yet. And the one who Sika Hunyasano, on a Sika a Johnny Flynn chain. Bimo Pesomo use some esoteric, interpretation of money. Maybe it's another form of energy, but Sika de is a basic, follow primary laws. And it's a unibia, not just a loss you are one share and I say, one year ago.
Wow. It's loss, no, a binny here, Bema, a beer, a mouth would nim and I say, because say, Lord, yeah, and found this in the city. When you laws were and farm out. Yeah, lost Nekakra, lost no, Annie, lost. And this kind of Ghana in China. And thereby, when is no. Some grown was just on all Bobo Sakura one kite. When names a Bosiana war bono, or control system, the man a credit card, no name say a channel. When him say a law, and some home. Into the amount of credit card does about 25 a year. When him into 2,000 is a bit do 5,000 or maybe a scanify. When him say a law, so be boss Abosana now you should sound more in also tier. Now the time behind one piano, and as a way or for more, and as a when you swap it multiplies exponentially. So there will be a wooden sa Sisica or Bobosia and Simona Hono. O Cobosiana will be the Cambisa. So Bosia may be Sena Woji. It was a department basis of Musica. How did the Cabibre? No, we are the car and where the Musica. And this is only so good, Sonia. Now was in Soru, and as I can tell. Ubetimi can tell some just a confanoti. So, and can tell so. I can't even believe I can tell so. And it's only the Cabibre took one of one or your friend is there. I don't know this soon. Inti cannot also to me and so sick can be. Inti Adeba might see Kajani Free Nippon, a car, and as well Bobusia, Nan and Nina Hon and Nini actually. So, and Jamra says, Oko Bobusia, and Simu at home. Netia, Marama Modato Nutia, and I said to an intem, and yes, I see Catem be I won't go, I want to any no, Nassicani Binubuto. Because about some pet neco. Even you could have no more business at time beyond short-term loans, quick loans in this animal. Bones were yet human was cafanism, but whom be a scan. When you refuse a caro koji another boarding, in fact, one was had there put you out caro. To the big road to meet ya, a canon and bika, because now as if one was so. It will be a second run in China, don't one a cabo. Or yet, Juba, but because I were yet Jumama banks, you know. 200 teams or number, but come on. The Moya,
sir, Moya. And the Mohuni is here. Student loans, car loans, credit card loans, everything loans, wedding loans, funeral loans. And it was a temporary year, you might 200,000 a year, but you can't see it.
Well, I say, topic, yes, I know part topic here, only woman discuss here. Was a bet, this
yeah, legend. Yeah, one my own says can it immediately ampa. But you share your culture no more. Your mamma ni amani ni we baby bear ye bufa sika ho ebi say sika no de odi wo mu a onsa be den onsa be ka sika e moja Nyankopon fa ne bo a onto ne ntem legend question pese ebisa ne say sa akeka say no kro enye no kro ensiso aso ben na eya enya wo nipa adwen so which will eventually lead money from moving away from us because nipa eya wo ka say we manifest what we say. Focus as no topic back because we manifest what we say but money myth any baby ebufa sika hono ojidi say no so ma ye nye sika and answer ma sika play free and to some they don't even get it at all.
Right. Once sama anase sama ye to kire because e so amena na anase sama ye to da bia mpesa me ka so mi refi nesu so be 6-5 that mena na mo beda no ato anase sem bia kire o sin tekuma o se ho anhwanya tachu o kika sem bi do mitimo even though men kind so much fully the same with usan sama what if sika ho subconsciously they stay with you and is what a papa for sika ho a sika ba unsam a obo say you react with that information usa adwene a database so ya we so nya we sama wo cancer and as sama ye to de ohun fa ho nyina no say ye no kure say ye no kure say ye bosremuka a form bibi otrim said that sika ba unsam a unless you've been taught differently you express that which subconsciously you have had so and this a catch us sika ne de e tre sika no kra ye sunsum nkofo bi na nya ye de ye nya bi amekaze ye kra busie mo mati bibisa ye se no mo wo pa me ye hwese busiafo bebre aka wo ya kire mo nti na mo wo na o mawu enti me na dwane firi ho na wakonya amma enti o mo no chese sika ro mo nya bi ani so we are as enti me just say ma yete no unyi no words are powerful, words are power if you want and the water no she put the way I would drink and we just say for the difference one of the main things between those who have money and those who don't have is how they reason and how they take critical decisions. That's our reasoning power no and some na yetiti no so be share that ya tra ho akere ya na se de ani hu bi e wo mantamum no sabi our effect when we have money or the way we are with money.
Wow.
What follow-up question yeah, say?
Yeah, follow-up question ba ko na me de ebeto aso about West na legend e kana say nya wo ka no ebem ema yen fa ne say obi e bia okakuma enu na ya mensa oni se ni wo fa e wo skapa ana ne ma me yare so a call for us be of money scan na ombo busia kra ompe busia mananka on fan question ma me but what he doesn't know so say be no offer no ono so e be ono so go through some difficult moments be genuinely e be onya sika no ma no I think so nya legend ka dey ba kwa me hu say there are specific incidents be a money pa ye ka insembi as I say no ka one here baby mama and you know financial scandal man no say oh rich people are very wicked, rich people do not even care, rich people do not do this, rich people do not do that, but subconsciously, which means that the things that you hate so much, the things that you don't even have desire for, you can never have it. And the no fan genuinely be no ni scandal out of that incident in or the year akika and same being shikania na sikani hu ye nehi ohun odefo a na odefo hu nehi so I believe specific incidents and so to me criticize the na ema sika free ni pa because because of that no untwem ben sikani po na onim bibia wa kire okwan.
That's right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yenim se sika so to say the ye kanu because obu ane ne kasa kra na otimi ka say just say your friend say sika ne paper ne keke but sika pa wa dream bet na share like kakra o sis ye ka say sika wa dream and that means we need a dream for sika ho a na say be dwane eja
wonya bi of everyone is a enyafo adwenko enyafo akeka sonko We say we are yet the wadrimo. As a wadri no, and into the war.
How busy can be yet in one day?
I dream. Yes, wadrimo.
Yes. As I get here, yet TV Susu, and you have to learn yet Susu.
But yes, with this third dimensional word is a word of knowledge.
Yes.
It's a mind's word, actually. And into more also more multimedia fighter jets here. I'm playing on also yana and to the bianco for bit make a baby out teach that. When himself conform or create normal or more spirit to be a ebimuka. I don't know how far it is true, but I mean, say engineering laws they produce anomaly. And if there is anything, it's a higher form of knowledge. Our mouth are concentrated over time. And those as a no, or my dream, no, my beer, those who musica, the way of musica is entirely different from Ohiani musica.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am information on what me accumulating over years, and in conform to me, no more commerce, normal mocha. To ones who musica pet, your debate is so much differently from Ohiani so semi yaki which is at the lower level of interpretation of money. And to say, well, here, okay, to say, you see that you can easily move to the spirit world, so to say. It's just compression of time and space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to see, I was find a was a the more you increase the speed, the more you can see through. The speed of light was I see I was I didn't grant Nippon or CCA, and I said, let's even use heating process. You can heat a physical material and it vanishes.
Yeah.
Maybe it turns into another form.
Yeah.
So loosely, you can say that it's now in the spirit. Why? Because of the level of knowledge, the level of heat, the energy that is applied.
Yes.
The same with money. One more, the level of knowledge, the level of energy, or more processing. And I won't teach here because maybe is a spirit, so to say, but it's a higher form of knowledge, which has concentrated over time. Until here, you know, Tessa be way, and I say, into Becca, you say, and Crofoni, the soon be in, but really, it's not true. It is a more can come chemistry lab near Dina. Want to go to our very much intense and obsessed with your person. And because of that, what you was a beside question here. He will not interpret or answer that question with the base knowledge, with a higher form of discovery.
Yeah.
And until the more Escafono Dinkomo Mushiano, but so more the level they operate is entirely different from level Ohiani so then and Crawfordshire Omede, Umudi. And told the upper me you won't feel her. Near found goes his uncle for a higher form of information. Come on, you know. Now, we are watching so Pesosia. Who the same person I know and now transit in our attitude. Acha, 1 year. The next year when I own until say Legon Vono. So, because of information in common away day. Umudino. Was in common ayedino. Your levels. Levels. And all the Bible crown won't poor can was there the elementary teachings of faith. Lift that one to a higher form of reasoning. Or say, no pain on the demand penny for. So the same preaching or you the catcher because of the level of the understanding.
Understanding, yeah.
And at the work the catcher penny for because of our DNA more being. So the higher form of the higher the stronger the truth that you can process, the more spiritual you are. They know they produce sika results na microphone bi anya no so obu ha oni di nkomo no different and into almost can be when young people crowd no di nkomo o so ni business ho asem no come wo kasika o de koto bank o kan microphone ko share o promote the product to boss no conversation nyina is about those wo so no di nkomo yi afi na wonu na namba bi basa na gonwum we ba na no na football we ye ko share ye na tade we nye fe na grada san komo na ye mfa nye ye enu nti na wonye ye enye oti na nye
konsa komo no konsa
the level of operation na wo no entimi produce that vibration and I said that power na ye dinye sikaro because information no nye Knowledge is power. So which level of power do you possess? And actually, so when you be another when you be now young come here would massa when you be a here from come up when you be that. Hey, oh, chance of ACC now pass here. Some come on and find creative millions. ACC and come up. Yeah, the salary 500,000. So oh chain block, oh koto block. Oh, yeah, plumber or to the letter. Oh, doko quasi. Your information is the creative words. Zankomono. I don't count.
I
don't know which I will be so. May move no more if we had the aqua containers in a deba. Na my coffee form no cry, my partner, and Michelle, which nanopa. Welcome millions of WhatsApp. Anything that will be. So is the conversation.
It's necessary. Yeah, sure. Say, we change here. And I say, sika betimi at now ho and I say on person sika bedwane everywhere. Level of friends ne omo a oni omunya contact so ka ho network.
And I chira nkomo amodi over.
Yeah.
And we asikafo nkomo nko. Omo nanfofo nko. Baby omo tranko. Phone calls omo yenko. And omo a omo form no so nso sa. And omo so omo address omo ni sika ni bi no. Omo no pa dey deceived. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, about time, woman come from middle class, no, woman dreams some better, but they can do more, far more than what they are comfortable with. But the conversation, and woman network,
you pay Jumanko,
sir, and and it's okay. I mean, 300,000 is okay because after all, beyond a certain limit, there is no difference between 100,000 and a million. What I got you. It is again one Nissan or man whole limit. Send me 100,000, okay, but your not below when you 100 me 250,000 a year tips on you say is capa. But will be the chat ticket to cover private jet 2 days. Is it different from us? No, it's the thinking level. Ending now for foreign network already. Ukuta.
Yes, obviously, best of the same feathers flock together.
Yeah.
Agrono we yeni sudodo. Agrono we yeni sudodo. Agrono. Tiebe masika na aduane afiri ho de bia. Yeah, kakamko.
Yeah, legend. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, but say na yes ya na me refer me questions so because this means you are there. So yeah, legend. Yeah, okay. Oh, watch me. Remember my question, but watch my adwene see ade so. I'm tempted to say this. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I'll still say it. Once I say I didn't know our dream. So which means we have to really become what we desire to be. Say be person me sikania. I say my dream no. Me fancy me say me person me sikania and I say me all I have to become. But I say me share and form and I say yeah Ghana for the most part. Now I say yes, you say yes, you say yeah, therefore, but we are chasing it, but we don't want to go through some process. Be, maybe I mean, I know chases cancer when you be, no, for chases cancer when you be, maybe I mean chases, but we don't want to become in any process now, and then when you go through the process, you get the knowledge and the experience, and you have the experience now. Wait, then you can get what you are looking for. Me GDS say, Hona. Let me say we fall short over there. And I know they may lead me to my next question. What's our dream? Legend, do you believe that the way our mind has been modeled is very poor? From in school, I call university, PhD, or grad school, the modeling of our mind, Odidi said, "I can't be nama sika entimi and chinayense. Me come on their life holistically."
Yeah. Also, countries who were colonized. They say, yeah, fee a kayi near Hausa ne, ya kasa nyina na fe brofo abefam no. Generation na woman fasa training we mo ne akwasibro ne anya contact no. Woman dwen no. Let me create significant wealth. What they buy major part of the modeling was to create poverty. And you say, we shall be our school, say money information be. Send it to our go school. They say, do what we invest is our audience who in Bibia, who we are our go school no year day. When him, really? It can't create wealth. It can never create wealth. Because the wealth conversation is not part of the actual university. So the modeling is true. And I even, I brought for that very top 1%. The way they think about wealth and the world is entirely different from the rest of the people. Entirely different. How they think of any specific industry, the volumes, the velocity of money. It's entirely different. And conversation, sending to the share on person this question name, clicks business man. But is there a normal so their modeling is different. And once your confidence in our training in school, no. The best amongst us, you per se kasi information be just work invest. But I can say emphatically, since I invest education, you can't create the wealth that we are looking for. You can't. The best group, I'll bet my create our wealth now. Hey, some of one interaction with that model, with that system. Yes, sir. And the proof is there. When more money sa contact ni bebre na almost started from you should there na British the entire Britain for pushy as some pass anti-mine. Because at that time, if you estimate it in current value, the worth of gold there is over 2 billion current value now. Or maybe that time, I don't know. So they were chasing a very wealthy nation. That information almost creates our wealth in a way. Were we taught in school? No. And then none as our 1%, no, a fire. Or more a handful, no, a brofono, a handful, no. Or more than Cofona, or more only all these corporations. Families or make a hold wealth over 200 years. Or only 90% of these global institutions. I'm talking of owners, not the people in charge or managing. I'm talking of owners. Some of one, we don't even categorize them. It don't way word below near because they run in trillions. Family wealth is no more in individuals' names. The kind of knowledge and models that they have. School. So it's not in MBA. No. It doesn't matter where you go to that school or where you go for that course. And I'm saying that that kind of knowledge was there. Here. And it's still here. And it's only, sir, maybe it is a despite him. So when you're training is been in a dinkoma. Some penny phone, no more creative way to not any school and you're buying your politics. We no more dinkoma, some information. Oh, that's why they see billions without our infrastructure. And so their model is different. Direct contact in the in the area go school, we are very much oblivious, if you want, to this. She only say about bringing this answer. I know I don't know the critics are waiting never to book my mokai.
I know near the amount.
One farm.
I don't know near the true book amount.
And do kind of baby alpha, but really it's there. And I can tell you, I'm fear more no 2 for many idea. You can see. And no matter homo ya. Let me tell you, one of it is that they will never keep all their money in a bank. No. And that's a one account or bank be. Until China buying the bufu and you see can but the ordinary person can't for physical day. Uncle Fao. To be was more China boss and all locking in. Yes, yeah, no. So who's any sick 1 million banker, bear 99% in the baby floor.
And now it's a diamond size.
They know.
Yeah,
that's it. They know. It is even company formation, how they run their organizations. And yet, they actually will know. Oh, no. They won't use it. Until once or more year, dear, no, they were host. I feel no more being secretary. I feel so,
yes, so it's our level, no cry, what kind of cry, no, to say your kind. Penny for no crown or more star level, 1% no crown. If you are 3 minutes with them, crana, you see, say,
it's different.
I said, yeah,
different. Yeah,
it's different. Nice, Michelle Bakumiano. Michelle Bakumiano. She and him, I was my idea, only my idea, but when we know some of you. Money, but what they kind of opposite the actually in public.
I'm not doing it different.
Yeah, because it's a crash for no beco.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, okay, no my baby answer. Easily.
Yeah, me shaka crano. A beam from a farm hokakra. Yeah. Sometimes we didn't come on. Me who batch say, ultimately say, na nipa no kra na oni ni din komo oti so no akra no e shock the first one ni din komo ono highly educated pa nipa no so nche ni ni sa
woni ni pye
obisan say den otimi nya sa ni mani na ha na wan shedan ku school ni ade yo ti say the oka ni mani na no bi gu abonten say
Debbie and the you 200,000 a car ne why you loan now they are talk oh san no man san ko for no sit down on ko bank loan one faculty and a bobra. And yet, financial expert mean calculating the sika man. There be Nisika and any people.
Assets.
Any people. Economy bit of good ne. Oh, Nisika. Now, Womuji so much. Say, Womuji, if you want to that native wealth knowledge, you need this so much. Say, Oshawa, when him so go school again, you when him what be catch up and some of them school I'm going.
That's what
catch up play.
Ohio na yeah and to say the okano enye one day ade idea o ma yache o ma system na di the system na ye adwuma
yeah
these are people who are in a second they are making millions in a minute.
Millions
yes
yeah
millions
they are running complex organizations and Oceana when the secretary pay was na kwara nenam. These are people with billions.
Yeah.
But no of course go akwa accountant you know. We catch you because we nim ni oye. Do one can you Any Forbes na ebe kire ne wealth o.
Obisi, please say it. Networking. Say networking adu baby a. You see ye pay omo eni omu di fufuo ni omo eni omu di banku na de bi e pese eni omu basa. You know, network na nya one day. Say what dey so hu a with time do hu. Na ye di agrododo. Na me watch we me shoe we anyway. Enu no ehu nya ye chen. Say as microphone no omo tombo no omo build it.
Omo transfer.
Say ni bibia obeka say it's now it takes time. Okay, I said last time it's not Fred Craig I say e can about say you know I'm so now kind of Fred is to say I was saying crying chance say what was so critical wealth and yet one day near
takes
when for betting happen but and the normal sense it takes time.
Yeah,
it takes time.
And topa o de okokro bia mu a papa na wanya sika cha no say information ya make oh and your bank I'm not talking of a bank manager no. No, I'm not talking of an accountant or doctor, no. Engineer, politician, that's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking of a pastor. I'm talking of some papa no. We see dime be brave kumase.
It's not
on school that.
It's not on
Sam go for no. Omona saki nkuta omo. Omo komo
ye sisa kakana adam for papa. No be a cranty ni dinda. Any adam for crank na manfo ni. Enso no just o japade pa. On nam kwan chance are ko.
Yeah.
Nipia no ka che ne ba no so. Yeah, oba obefa ka we no tu we no ko. Osinye sa na me ye no. you know. Oh, you okay? Panis okay? Or no cash?
Yeah.
And yeah, down for now. Now can you say papa no crown? Who was cassa?
Yeah.
Today can I pay for me blow no more home?
Oh, more. You baby, you baby, Ghana. They've been crying interviews. No more can't. What's the nonsense? Somebody was saying, she no a modern society says, anything. Or can't I have a say? Becca, or can't I hear? Because papa you cry a crook. Don't mean come I won't you shoot. But woman, you also more the protect your moon sick and omanian. And when him says up the Cosibronia Shisheno, would the choir, music and enche, the toffum. It was a young crowd for the status of businesses or follow up for no method, no come and business in a Google.
Yeah, a brave.
Go? Yes. But more hedge or more with that traditional wealth knowledge, you know. And all. You know?
Yo,
Yeah.
Adreno, see it means, to say the hecano, money knew who sir. A money knew who sir, your friend say, Emma Marie say, mon share, and more like na mon share. A money knew who sir, your word, your friends and networking see in your be kind. Had said ye, a legend, JK. Kakra, so what's ye? At least we be yeah, and one day,
No.
you know. Hey, it means men yen is asked the Kuja. A yabutre, o build it, o now build a network. Naka crack a crowd was a fair bit point to be no. Now, so was our level. So be found quadia, because he may be saying kind of, if you say on cry, only cool. Yeah.
Nane. Because you and maybe also never call Asia or US.
Oh, yeah, I'm crying on your hair. Oh, me say me catch me because I'm missing the diagram. Me catch and say, oh, not okay, or make key statement. Me koye program you baby. Me make speech na me make it so I book moody. My sister say yeah, you buy or make example about near be or yeah, any investment be or yeah. The me make any opposite. About the key faith. Yeah, no. Within time bear 300,000. That time I can I didn't bear 3 million.
Yeah.
So and you just say now they make an all start sana yes and no yeah but do point here which is true especially say you can bro for any man crowd say le marks and say omoni ade no systems or mu use because le marks say oye Tesla one GP ni pay no the shares. It is shares now. The formula you see and to tax that. It in that shares no. Worth about 13 billion or the bank. Na bank na money ska, money loan. You tax loan so. It was 1 billion loan. The worth of that you see 30 million. On your tax. Yeah, what's the way? Reference when so. Na bank ben out the 13 billion, but 1 billion on farm.
Yeah,
yes, and I know no one it's ka 4 pound no yes sadden.
You know where?
Yeah, it won't tia. It's kind legally won't tia tax more ways on betting I only tia.
Almost say, and maybe say me said about Kubi Kasem. Or say be a company near be I say $500 million. Or person they call billions that obey and say 500 million or value ya no the bank, no the company na guarantee. Yeah, man 3 billion.
Yeah.
Automatically the company was invest their company no could be 6 billion.
They have so many ways almost there.
It's like
they say na masena o diagro. Eti on tia tax bia apart from to pay one pay.
I'm president is how this
look at yeah. One year or kopelo nkura na ade na 200 timika say 500. Say kwa no money kon no de agilo no wi na fe drew tax force there be 200. I say I don't 500 already abegilo afidi the loan no wi I say 200.
Also saro mo nyina ye also saro mo nyina ye wono peda
no it will be a team anyway. Yeah yo I said yes, can say they come say yeah, my phone say they need bedru na na bit me drum mu nya no mo te say na kakra krom je na mu tie asem na mu sua ade hu ni sa do beka so mu sua ade o mo na o san ko fo no mo na when you bring up so yeah agro no we this you na agro free home
and also start early.
Yeah, very important. More your friend saying kwesi age no mo ye yi pa my lucky say mo nya bibi say ya mo tie ne ntem wo starting ntem e beboa papa yo ye hwa de no say kwan be so na e be fa so a se sika dwane free ho no e kwan be so na e betimi aye a you say de enye billions ye ba kakra na e ba na ade e betimi kura protect na say one sika na e betimi afo so say e ba kra etimi tina kakra because it's kind of special background in time semunche nti ye points be na betimi dia man ya be ma yeah special escape dwane free ho if say so ne bi na dia to yensemu because ebi wa obi wa mu nya bi kura eno ye dwane free nche no obi ozo otimi nya bi so eno so kura na so ne no o se microphone
Boni semu tokro
omo di na chi obi obi fake ya
me dey say from 20 to 40 also show so pa na you don't live extravagantly. Maybe from 20 to 30 to 40, that 20 years. So all start here human term we are in your 20s. That is the time to build the base. Okay. It means that one of the ways is that you don't have to live beyond what you have. And you don't have to live to impress anybody. So what is if you really want to build significant wealth? It could mean say baby out also about 10 years crap. Even though you have millions. It could mean so car so long as it's safe to drive, you may have to maintain that. It could be say money school fees, also monitor no. Because that is the time you are accumulating the base. Go for about mudin na do na the 60 something. 70. Yeah. Go for be who to that Rolls Royce mo e krom ha no. Omo mudin fife enya aye no. Very few are in their 20s or 30s.
That's true.
Yeah. But when they were 40, 30, they were accumulating. It is all your dreams who nya sika na wo flash na wo no sa sika kese no wo hu bi. No who be that. And one who be a men say uti nenye usika ba unsem na ohye no. One of the key ways is also show so papa. Now we are intentional. So I'm not going to waste money. I'm not going to waste money, especially no much about children. In fear me and say be a person talk out mono. Now the boss was a son of refinance. Where is your investment? This is the time to build asset base. Say your business, say your properties. Oh, be a water on him said these are assets. A bit more cash flow. Into one 40 no teams and now no man when you be in the Africa and I'll start you. You have not built it. No. From 40 after now will be springboard be either a shoot to a core so big level. Offer a honorable Japan you go and check.
Yeah.
They were building that time. But yeah, one do 35 or talk can see so or pursue approval so no, you are not there. You're not there. And so that is the time to build. That is the time to be, not to be wasteful.
Yeah, and let it Niao Kano also done killer my can see me about ne boss. Or since that time na even Peace FM, Ship House, that Peace FM original now so that time the man was still renting. Yeah. Those days now Peace FM original now so permit. I think he was still renting. Indeed, a lot of us are seeing him so walk car will be auto museum and they say but why you money more and as you say you the end product but
so how old is he now?
No. I say so when you're 63 or 65.
That's right. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's also 35 now person go to Rolls Royce by all means.
That's a problem. The problem no. I did about 20 years I per say we school now 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know. And to who says Bible out idea. E tell say wo no san crofo no sika no unya bio. So wo press Would do sick and you could see mansion. You was only company, only properties be hotels and hospitals, I can say only be. But we sick and you know what gather the Akusi mansion, but I only a party on a boys neighborhood every weekend. You will not be worthy.
Yeah, your time was easy.
You could say that at least there should be. Also, at least when the workers go, also obey 200 workers. If you feel now, Timuna, now if you can't out the Muna, I don't go say you. But only Bakokra, but cow them, be $100,000. You go so teach the business, that business need to raise his Ghana, and he says, oh, the base, you know. The Kotoka can say, persuasion for so a day. We know until despite take us that time, no, that's still all build it, no rent it. So, and it's all share Sasikana and can multiply, sir. That's something about Zika will be their building. Washina, you will never multiply. So, because what about Koshimaka 2 no bit mark 4 in 10, 4 bit mark 8 in 10, 8 bit mark 20 fast. 20 can get to 100. If you get 100, you can get to 1 million.
Kwame, your friend saying, I see you do. Or say, so please, that means if you are building wealth, we can help people because when we give the money, some money out, you can't have enough savings.
Oh, I mean, no, Papa. Wait, my boy, but you have a budget, a fraction, a little fraction. But so be now penny man or banning him no be so good to the over.
And when you ask, and I want to discuss on Kowari. One episode, I was supposed to have
essential school fees.
Of course, because you see Nipan Uncle Worry.
Anne,
say Nipan Uncle Warrior, what Kowari via. One, say one and Shankoran. When I was so him. I think between Jeremy fees are finna, and I won't pay you yet. So, it's one Nipan's class Uncle Worry was so I believe there was so Nipan. Enabling, if you see a system enabling it too much, enabling especially on one bridge. You know, now, it will be any home, need you one first, and I want to need.
And you know, you know, when you're quite for when you saw this cover.
Yeah,
basically, go for code by day, and you Nipa bridge in a quite hot tone or my bimo or shop mechanic, Nipa Bibre was preferable be also on Yaria, Aquajona, you know, Yajuman.
Madame Fubakuba or Ghana crisis here. Now, or see, or any down home juma, and Paul sorry, and Pancophone, a phone, and almost as we, me, and a day. Or see the opposite, young guy, you. Now, Bob 8, 10, and 7, 9, or now young guy, enough flat, and the opposite, in snow. What is to say, I'll tell one small show, no, yeah, Juma, no, who you any be all Cobania. Also, after a while, a guy, boss, I won't be to you know, what here. Won't see me back and forth. At least, how one can commit me, my baby.
Right.
Also, any Casaya near the ano say, so person with most car. Blocks you go, you could go on. Or some person having cake. You could go on, a chame bar. Also, your boss. So far back, no, so I said, far back, you Ted was on a grow. Or Kokra, you know, I'll grow away this year, in yes, can by for instance, system, a be also full. You perceive full sad by Obia Sukasu Yeska, and near Jumasa, you know.